For almost 2 years, my SaaS products were stuck. No matter what I tried, I wasn't able to grow revenue, and as more new users were coming in, I kept getting knocked down by high acquisition costs, expensive ad placements, and churn. Then, a few months ago, I made a bold move. One that changed everything. In fact, it seems like it's turning my entire business around with an increase in revenue of more than 56% so far. Other founders told me not to do it, because this move is a founder's nightmare and a total game changer at the same time.
It's just not sustainable.
It's a race to the bottom.
Don't ever sell your SaaS on a lifetime.
A lifetime deal.
A lifetime.
A lifetime deal.
A lifetime.
A lifetime deal.
Yes, I did the thing founders will tell you to avoid at all costs. And in this video, I'll explain why most of them got it wrong. Let's start by outlining some of the most common objections you get against running a lifetime deal. On the founder side, we get that it's unsustainable. You'll get a single payment for infinite ongoing cost to run your servers and to offer support. That the audience is problematic. We're often told that lifetime users are especially demanding and entitled, and that it will hurt your current subscriber base. Lifetime deals simply cannot coexist with a subscriber base. Your current subscribers will churn. And on the user's side, we get one major objection, and it's all about trust. How does the user know that you won't just take their money and shut down your business shortly after? And the thing is, these are all completely valid concerns. There's a reason why so many founders will warn you to not go down this path, and why so many users frown upon this concept. But as it turns out, there are just 3 things we need to implement in order to make all of these issues go away. Now, how do I know this? Let's get into it. 2 months ago, my team and I launched Founder Stack. It's a bundled lifetime offer that will give you access to 4 tools to handle social media, AI support, link tracking, and graphics design. These are the SaaS products my team and I built over the past 4 years. For a single one-time purchase, you'll get lifetime access to these 4 tools, as well as 2 new SaaS products that we haven't launched yet, but will come later this year. And this offer has been selling really well. But that's actually not the full story. One of these products, FeedHive, was on AppSumo back in 2022. AppSumo is a marketplace for lifetime deals, and FeedHive was there for a 2-month-long campaign. And it was crushing. It was among the top 5 best-selling products in this period. It generated more than $300,000 in total revenue, and we onboarded more than 5,000 lifetime users. Later that same year, I pre-sold lifetime deals for early adopters of LinkDrip before we launched that product. Many of these users are still with us today, 3 years later, so we happen to have a lot of data and a lot of insights about these users, how they use our platform, and how the economics around lifetime deals actually work. And I think it's safe to say that a lot of the things you hear simply isn't true. First of all, there's this idea that a lifetime user never churns. How can they? It's not like there's a subscription to cancel. You took their money, and now you're stuck with them forever. They will be in your support channels, grinding your servers, eating up AI credits, and costing your money for a lifetime. What a short-sighted investment into your business. But the thing is, it's not true. Lifetime users do churn. And they churn for just about the same reason subscribers churn. Some go out of business and they don't need your tool anymore. Some outgrow your solution and they need something bigger. Some start outsourcing what your solution did to a third-party agency that has its own tool chain. And some move on to a shiny new tool that promises to solve their problems in a totally different way. And the list goes on. The point is that even if a user paid for a lifetime deal, you can be certain that eventually they too will churn, just like a subscriber will. Let me show you what I mean. Here, we have 2 groups of users. One group is a mix of yearly and monthly subscribers, and the other one is a group of people who bought a lifetime deal. Let's have them race down this cohort. We'll see how long it takes for each of them to drop off. As we can see, it seems like the lifetime users stick around a little bit longer before they eventually start churning too. Though, seems like someone forgot to start running altogether. This is Jonathan. Jonathan isn't exactly like other users. He doesn't have an urgent need for your tool right now, so he would never become a subscriber. But Jonathan has big dreams. He wants to start his own business, and he knows that once he's ready to make the big move, these tools will become very useful. Jonathan knows how to spot a great deal when he sees it, and he considers purchases like these an investment into the future. But the problem with Jonathan is that big day when he's gonna make his big move just doesn't seem to ever come. So he buys the tools, and then he puts them on the shelf. But he never redeems it, and he never becomes a user. And you would be surprised how many users just like Jonathan will be on your list of buyers. Jonathan is an instant churner. From a data perspective, he buys and leaves immediately. And when we account for these types of users, our cohort actually changes quite a bit. As we can see, the average lifetime user actually ends up churning before the average subscriber. So no, don't worry, you're not going to be stuck with your lifetime users forever. At least far from all of them. And now that we know that, all we need to do is pick a price that's high enough that the average lifetime user won't get to become a losing investment before they churn. And that's the first thing on the list. Set a relatively high price point for your offer. We're selling FounderStack for $799 for all 4 tools. For us, this is the sweet spot. It's still a great deal for other users, and given our current cost per user, we're not gonna be in the danger zone of this deal becoming unsustainable anytime soon. Since we launched FounderStack, around 230 people have picked up this deal. They have generated more than $160,000 in total revenue. So the question is, how long do you think it will take for these people to become a net negative investment for us? 2 years? 3 years? Not even close. It will take this group of users around 37 years before they will even enter the danger zone of losing us money. So yes, on paper it's true that if you charge a user once who imposes ongoing costs, you will eventually start losing money. But most people just wildly exaggerate how narrow this horizon actually is. In 37 years, these users won't be using our tool anymore. I know it's a lifetime deal, but let's be real. In 37 years, I'll be an old man looking back at life. Even if some of these users are still using FeedHive, it's at least not gonna be my problem by that time. But there's an important point to be made here. The reason this timeline is so long is partially because we're charging a high price, but it's also because we're good at keeping our cost low, which is the second thing on our list. If you can price reasonably high and at the same time keep a very tight cost control when operating your business, you're safe. This means selling simple but specialized tools. They should be fully self-serve, and the need for support should be super low. No demo calls, no presentations and sales meetings, no manual onboarding, no designated customer success agents or account managers. None of that, it's way too expensive. Keep your products low touch and self-serve. Make a big deal out of the product onboarding experience and have a lot of guides, tutorials, and videos ready so the user can help themselves effectively. If you're pricing too low and your product costs too much to run, this is where you get into trouble. So when you plan for this, make safe, conservative estimates. Finally, one big concern people have is the impact a lifetime deal will have on their current subscriber base. In our case, we lost 10 subscribers. These users canceled their subscription and replaced it with FounderStack, which means that only around 4.5% of our FounderStack buyers are current subscribers. But here's where it gets interesting. We can track at least 15 new subscribers who originally found us through the FounderStack website. So even though FounderStack did cause some subscribers to leave, it has still netted us 5 new subscribers. I can't explain this conclusively, but my theory is that this again has to do with the high price point. For instance, a lot of our users are on a $29 a month FeedHive plan, and they're set. They don't need 8-base link-driven TinyGUI, and $799 is quite a lot compared to the $29 a month they're currently paying, even if it's a one-time purchase and the other one is recurring. And as for the new subscribers, I'm guessing that some of them might just want to try out the tools for a few months before buying FounderStack. Or they heard about our tools through the FounderStack promotion, but again, only needed one of them. I'm not entirely sure here, but my clear impression is that if the price distance is big enough, you probably don't have to worry that your entire subscriber base is jumping the ship and grabbing your lifetime deal all at once. Now, there's one last thing we need to talk about, and that's trust. Unfortunately, deal sites like AppSumo, PitchGround, and DealMirror have made it a little too tempting for certain bad actors to exploit the lifetime deal business model. There have been cases where founders do the LTD version of a pump and dump. They list their tool on AppSumo and then they hype up their roadmap and make some insane promises about what's coming and what the lifetime users will get. They grab the cash and then they close down 3 months later and say, oops, we went bankrupt, startup is hard, everyone knows the risk, so on and so on. Obviously, super shady. And then there are more well-intended founders who just get way ahead of themselves. They'll sell a lifetime deal for $39, which uses AI extensively and has a super high cost. And as we've already discovered, that's a safe way to actually go bankrupt in a short time. And yes, this has happened many times. So a lot of LTD buyers have become a bit skeptical. There's only one way to get around this issue, and it's the last thing on our list. We need to prioritize building a strong reputation. You, as the founder, should be the public face of your company. You should be on social media, on YouTube, in people's emails, building trust. You should demonstrate that you are a responsible person, that you're not just gonna run this company into the ground just like that, and that you will, to the best of your ability, give your users what you promised them. If you're hiding behind your company, if you're invisible, if people can't reach you, it's going to be hard, if not impossible, to sell your products this way. Whether a lifetime deal or traditional subscriptions are best for your business, only you can tell. But before you blindly reject the idea of a lifetime deal, I think you at least owe it to yourself to entertain the thought. Just make sure you have these 3 things covered. Thanks for watching.